video, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you Montessori-inspired fall activities for preschoolers and toddlers. I want to start this video also with saying that I have done a similar video last year during my homeschool days. So once you watch this one, go ahead and click on that one at the end of this video so you can get even more ideas. So I would like to start with a few classical Montessori activities such as transfer work and also all kinds of fine motor skills refinement activities. The very first one you can do with the feeding corn. I purchased the corn on Amazon. It came in a big bag and it was a feeding corn for squirrels. You specifically want to get that one because if you buy any kind of decorative corn, the kernels will be very hard and your child will not be able to pull them out. So all you will need is a corn cob, you will need a plastic tray, and a set of tweezers. The purpose of the activity is to define your child's pincer grasp by pulling out corn kernels and putting them in a dish on their right. As in all of the Montessori activities, it is supposed to be done from left to right. You can present this activity on the shelf in your playroom and I'm sure your child will enjoy it. So I have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old and I have also a 2-month-old. So these activities are predominantly for the age group of like 2 to 4. 4 was like being on the outside of it. Although my 6-year-old, when she saw that, she had a blast pulling out those kernels. I don't know why the kids are just driven to doing those things, though she brought in like imaginative element into it. The next thing you can do with all of the kernels that you've pulled out from corn is also do a transfer. You can then transfer with so many different materials. We started with just a regular spoon transfer. That one is great for defining your child wrist rotation and also just focus concentration. You can also introduce closed tongs. You can introduce scoopers, you can introduce measuring spoons, so you can make it as easy or as hard as you want it to be. The next activity that you can do with the same corn kernels is to create a sensory bin. I've used my acorns from last year. It's a wooden acorns I picked up at Hobby Lobby and also wooden leaves that I picked up at Hobby Lobby as well. And they have both of them this year in stock, so you can go and check those out. And I've added it all to the corn. Then I've added different utensils for scooping, pouring, sorting, and there's many things you can do. For younger children, you could do visual discrimination. So you can ask them to put acorns in one dish, leaves in the other dish. You can also introduce a set of tongs and ask them to use tongs to pull out any kind of objects. You can bring in the element of imaginative play and take one of the fall decorative animals and ask them to make food for them in those little dishes. So there's many ways your child will enjoy that kind of sensory bin. Younger children will enjoy just the process of pouring and scooping the corn kernels. Also, you can introduce a piece of corn in there and let your child strengthen their hands and their fingers by pulling the corn kernels by hand or twisting them around. The next set of activities is done with fall leaves, and they're more of a creative kind of project. So I've ordered pressed fall leaves because we live in Florida, so there is really no fall leaves outside. But if you live in the area where you do really get seasons and you have the fall leaves changing colors, go and collect some. And here's a few projects that you can do. So first one I let my children design their own birds out of fall leaves. And this was Justin's and this was Scarlett's. We actually have a few birthdays in the fall, so those will be the cards for our birthday people. First, before you glue anything, let your child arrange it on the paper because once you glue it, those are really fragile. Yeah, you might want to be careful with them. The next activity that you can do with the same fall leaves, you can color them and you can do leaf imprints. For those, you don't really have to use preserved leaves. Actually, just fresh leaves would do as great as well. Just use fall colors or any kind of colors your child likes, and then you can create seasonal artwork.
This activity I shared in one of my homeschool vlogs from last year, but it never made it to my activities video. You will need felt, leaves, clothespins, and a line. Let your child attach fall leaves to the line. It works on hand-eye coordination and also pincer grasp development. It's also a lot of fun and you can make it as decorative as you want.
And the last set of activities are practical life activities that are connected to food preparation. So grinding holiday spices is by far one of my kids' favorite activities. We also like baking and making seasonal dishes. So why don't you create your own seasonal spice blend? For this activity, I ordered cinnamon sticks on Amazon. I ordered organic ones and I also ordered nutmeg. For nutmeg, you will need a small hammer that your child can crush the nutmeg with. I've pre-crushed the nutmeg a little bit because they were really hard, and then let Justin crush it to the pulp. Also, once that is done, we kind of scooped it in a small dish, and then we used a grater to grate cinnamon sticks, and we made our own spice blend. It was really fun for both of my kids. Again, my 6-year-old enjoyed that as well. We also smelled the spices as we were doing it, talked about the origin of the nutmeg, that it is a fruit, and that inside of the fruit that the seed. We also learned about the history of cinnamon and how it used to be used in Egypt and how it was such a precious spice back in the day. So you can bring in the element of education as well. And to finish this activity, you can create your own whatever meal that is. We did baked apples, which the kids didn't really like baked apples. They liked the process of baking them. So Scarlett peeled the skin off the apples. We stuffed it with raisins, butter, sugar, and our spice blend. We also make pumpkin pies, and we also make any kind of seasonal meals that you make. You can introduce your own spice blend to them. While I was getting ready for this video, I've actually ordered 2 more items, but I ordered them on Etsy and they're coming from across the world. It won't be here in time for me to publish this. So there will be 1 more activities video coming. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel for more mommy related content and activities for children, and I hope to see you soon.